friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Amelia, and today we're going to talk about starting seeds. I don't know if it's still snowing in your area, but here in Pennsylvania, it's still snowing. But I'm getting so excited to start my seeds. I just started talking to my husband and I'm like, we need to build a greenhouse this summer. And I'm just getting like super excited about it. I'm just really over the winter and I want to talk to you guys about what I use to start my seeds. There are so many videos out there of different seed companies and what you can use. I tend to err on the side of caution. I go with the basics and I try to do things that I know will work and that are pretty cheap. Honestly, I would love to spend hundreds of dollars on starting my seeds just because I love to see the little plants grow. But in reality, I'm keeping it on the cheaper end. So I figured I would share with you guys what I do. I've had pretty successful gardens in the past. Last year was not a success and I did not do my own seeds, and I'm not saying that that's the reason why. I'm just saying that it wasn't a good year for me. There were a lot of things I did wrong last year that I will not do again. That's the good thing about gardening is you can always learn from your mistakes and try again the next year. So the first thing is obviously you're going to want to buy seeds, and there are so many places you can buy seeds from. And I have honestly only bought seeds from a few places and I've never had any issues. There are so many opinions out there on what type of seeds to buy, where to buy them from, but just know that if you're going to buy seeds, they're probably going to be fine. So don't worry about it. So these are seeds that I've had for 2 years now. I bought them off Amazon. There's 32 varieties in here, and I'll open up the pack just so you guys can see. And I want to let you know that seeds typically don't go bad. As long as they're kept in like a cool place, they should be fine. You can also freeze your seeds and they'll be good for a long time. The germination rate might go down the older they get, but you can still try. So in this pack, there are a bunch of seeds, as you can see. I'm just gonna pull out a couple just so you can see what we got going on. So they're in these little plastic baggies, and then they have the name of what it is and then the variety. So this is Bloomsdale spinach, and this is Sugar Baby watermelons. So there's so many different varieties. Like I said, it's 32 varieties in here. And I'm going to try a couple this year just because I have them. I want to make sure that they have not gone bad. But I got these off Amazon. I'll link them below so you guys know what they are. They worked well for me. I didn't have any issues. So these are those seeds. This year, I got seeds from this company, and I believe it's Nature Zedge. And I was just reading the back actually like yesterday, and I'm like, oh, this is actually cool. It's owned by a guy named Robert, and he's a retired Navy vet. He served for 22 years, and he was just looking for a way to spend his time with his family. And he's always had a green thumb, so he decided to start doing some seeds. So I just thought this was really cool. They're heirloom vegetables, and the one thing that I really wanted to do this year is kind of go back to the basics. I have tried my hand in a lot of different plants, and sometimes I have success, sometimes I don't. But really what I want to do this year is make sure that I'm growing things that I'm actually going to use, that I know how to use, and that I know how to preserve for the entire season. A lot of times what I do is I get so excited about trying all these new things and planting that I buy all this stuff, and then a lot of it goes to waste. And I don't want to do that this year. So I went back to the basics with this pack here, and I'm very excited to try it. So I already opened it up because honestly I was recording this video and then my phone said I'm out of storage right in the middle of it, so I had to start over. So in this packet you get a bunch of different seed packs, and I really like this because it shows the picture. Obviously we know what corn looks like, but it shows the picture of what's inside, which is always helpful. And then on the back it gives you a little bit of a description about the seed. It tells you all the normal stuff. So the germination rate, it tells you the temperature, full sun, and how far to plant them. So I always take the stuff on the back with a grain of salt though. I never plant them that far apart. So I have here, so I have corn, I have peppers, I have beans. I'm not going to go through what varieties, but different beans, lettuce, tomato, cauliflower. What else is in here? I'm excited. This is the first time I'm actually looking through this, so you guys are joining me. So I have beets, which I've never done great with root vegetables, but I've learned some new tricks this year, and I'm going to try that. spinach, onions, jalapeno peppers, cherry tomatoes, onions, kale. We've got broccoli, radish, cucumber, peas, peppers, squash, and carrots. So quite a bit in there. Again, they're all heirloom varieties, which I don't have like a greenhouse or like a high tunnel or anything. So, I mean, they work well for me. Again, this is what I do, and this is like how I like to experiment and learn. So again, you don't have to do what I do. This is just telling you what I do. So I have these 2 seed packs. I'm obviously not going to use every seed in all of these 2 seed packs, but it is a great way to get a bunch of varieties, kind of test your hand on what works for you and what doesn't. So that's what I have for seeds so far this year. I do want to say I probably will still buy some starter plants from our local garden center, just because there's a couple things that I like to buy there. Like I like to buy an established tomato plant for some reason. I don't know. I just like to do that. And that's just a weird thing that I do every year, no matter what. Even if I grow my own, I just like to buy one from the store. So that's the seeds. The next thing that I have are these like cell trays. So again, I got these off Amazon. I'll link them below. They have like the cutouts in the bottom, so the roots can go through there. They're super cheap, and I've used them for, gosh, 4 years now. And some of them get a little worn out, and then I just have to throw them out. But they're not like a hard plastic. They're pretty flimsy, which I do like, honestly. Which I do like because I feel like for me, it's easier to get the plant out, or the seedling out. So you can like break them apart if you're going to sell your plants at a plant sale, which is nice. So then they're in these 6 packs, but I have a bunch of these that I just leave in my basement and then use as I need. I also have one of these, and I don't even know how many cells are in here, to be honest. And sometimes we'll use this if we're going to do like a large amount of something. Typically what I would do with this is if I'm going to grow a large variety of, or like a large amount of one thing, I'll just plant them all in here, and it just makes it easier. I don't have to label each individual cell. I just know this entire tray is whatever it might be. The last time I used this, I planted sunflowers in it, and it worked really well. But honestly, for me, sunflowers, I just go out and throw the seeds, and they plant just as well as if I try and start them from seed in here. So this year I won't be using this tray. I don't really have an idea of what I could use all this for, but they are helpful if you're going to do a whole bunch of one thing. You could start them in here, and then you can up pot them into here. So again, got it on Amazon, super cheap. Okay, and then what I put those in are these boot trays. Actually, I got them at Walmart for $5. So what I do is I will take these trays, and I'll show you in a second. So I will put all of these on here. So for me, it's easy to pick up and move. I'll just label whatever is in here, and I'll just put the little labels on, or I can like write them on the side, whatever I need to do. I can bottom water in here too, because it's deep enough, and all of them lay flat. The one thing that I found, and I had this before, was that I had smaller trays that these were supposed to fit like right into. And the thing is, depending on how much soil you put in these, they kind of expand a little bit, and then they don't fit perfectly in the trays to like soak the water. Whereas this, you can see like there's going to be at least 1.5 inches of water that you can put in the bottom of here. So this works really well for me, and I can move them. They're light. It's easy enough. So that is what I have for that. One thing that I just got that I'm really excited to open is like a fake green stalk, and I've always been wanting one. You guys are gonna open this with me. I've been wanting one of those green stalks for a really long time. I just can't bring myself to buy a $100 planter. Like, I just can't. I'm too cheap. So I found this on Amazon, and I'll link it for you guys. When I got it, I messaged some of like my really good friends, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got this. It was $38 or something like that. Super cheap. So excited. I don't know the quality of it, so we'll find that out together. But I was so excited because I'm like, I can't, it's not $100. It's only, you know, it's only $38, 40 bucks. And if it doesn't work, I'm not out a ton of money. So let's see what is in here. And I wanted the green. They had green and orange, and I thought, you know, I just like the green better. So it comes with some tools. We'll open these. Oh my God. If you guys know me, you know that I love anything little. Like, buy me one of those little Cokes and I'm good to go. I don't even like Coke, but like just because it's in the little can. Look how freaking cute these are. Oh my gosh, this just makes my day. And it has the measurements on it. So if you want to plant like your seed, it has the measurements on these tools. I'm obsessed because they're tiny. So anyways, it comes with wheels, which I really like because then I can move it around. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm actually going to be putting like, okay, so I want to use some of it for lettuce because my garden doesn't really have a shade cloth or anything, and my lettuce always just is so bitter. So I thought this would be great. I could put it on the deck, move it into shade if I need to, and then I want to do strawberries in it also. So I'm excited. So it's a 5-tier. So, and it has the dividers for the water too. So you just water it from the top, and then these dividers are supposed to distribute the water, from what I understand. Okay, so I don't understand how this goes together, but oh, super easy. Okay, so this is cool. All right, so it's 5 tiers. I'm just gonna try and put it together really quickly. So it looks like they all just stack super easy on each other. And then you just put a divider in the middle, and then you put the next one on. Okay, don't mind me being in sweatpants. It's literally like the only thing that's comfortable, but it's not big at all. It's small, which is kind of nice because then it's not going to take up so much space. And it does go on wheels. Like, I just have it roughly put together right now. It's not like crazy. But so you would fill each of these with soil, and then you put your plant in them, and then you can just water from the top, and it distributes the water all throughout here. It is a little flimsy, so I'm sure the green stock ones are much, much better made, and I know they're a lot bigger than this. But this is a good starter just to try it out. I would recommend it because it was only like $30-some. And the last thing I kind of want to talk about with starting a garden is it's different for everybody. You're never going to find 2 people who do it the exact same. I tend to buy things more on Amazon just because it's easy for me and it's cheap. And I don't really care too much about like the specific variety and stuff like that. I'm still kind of new, so for me this is just nice and easy. But I hope this was helpful. If you guys are just getting into gardening, this is a great way to start. You don't need a ton of stuff, you just need a few things, and then get some quality soil. Really, the soil is going to be the thing that makes or breaks your plants from growing. So I hope this was helpful. I enjoyed sharing some of the new stuff that I got with you guys, and I will be posting what comes of these seeds. You can follow me along as these go into my garden, and we can see what kind of yield we get this year. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you have an awesome day. We'll see you next time.